Welcome back to Beginner Beauty Glow. Today is my lash day and I wanted to try out a new method of applying my lash clusters that I seen someone do on probably all platforms, TikTok, everything. So I'm gonna do that today. So she started with some like medical tape like this. And I do need to get a mirror actually, so I'm going to be right back. Okay, I have a mirror here and a mirror behind my camera, so I'm going to kind of try to utilize them both. So what she did, let me get my lashes out, and these are the lashes that I use. I absolutely love these. These are the Fab Loss lashes. I get these from Amazon. They are the pre-glued ones, but I do still use Bond and Seal just to help with the longevity of them. Those are the lashes that I use. Alright. I have this Bond and Seal here. It's not the same brand. It is also a brand from Amazon. It's the Gemary. I'm not really sure how to say that, but that's the Bond and Seal that I've been using. And then I have my tweezers here. And let me get my lashes out just so I have these ready to go. I think the lash map I'm going to try today is 16, 14, 12, 12, 10. I think that's what it is. 16, 14, yeah. I'm going to try 16, 14, 12, 12, 10. I haven't done that map before. Usually I do like 16, I do 2 16s, 2 14s, and then a 12 or a 10. It's usually all I can fit on my lash line. But today I'm going to try 16, 14, 12, 12, 10, or possibly 16, 14, 12, 10, seeing what I can, depending on what I can fit. Alright, so here comes the hard part. Where is the end of this? Okay. Let me just cut the beginning part of that off. Okay, so she took the tape here, and I don't know how big I'm going to need, so we're just going to try this size first. And what she did was she kind of put the tape right close to her lash line here. I'm going to have to do it over here just to right close to her lash line, and then brought her lid up like that and taped it down. Alright. And then she called it reptile blink, so you kind of have to like blink kind of weirdly while you're doing this. Alright, so now I'm going to take my Bond and I'm going to put that on my lashes. Alright, so here is the Bond. I can see my eyes are drying out a lot faster, so I'm going to try to be quick at this. I'm going to let this dry for about 30 seconds. I don't know if I'm going to like this method better or not, but I figured I'd try it out. Alright, I'm going to put my 14, or no, sorry, my 16 on. And I'm going to squeeze that together if I can. Alright. So we have the 16, now let me do a 14. All right, and then we're going to do 12, 12, 10. So I have 12, I do 12s. I do lick my tweezers so that things don't stick as badly. And another 12. I may not have space for a 10. I don't want to go too close to my inner corners. All right, let me take this down and just see how it looks. And here is how we are looking. I do want to kind of squeeze them down a little bit more now. Okay, I couldn't fit the 10 in the corner, so what I came out with was 16, 14, and 2 12s. However, I think next time I'm going to do 16, 14, 12, and then right over to 10. So my thoughts on this process is, wow, it dried my eyes out. And secondly, I do like it because it definitely gives me a better, with my eyelid up like that, definitely gives me a better view of where to put the lash. I will say that. So I do like that. It has its pros and its cons, but I'm going to do it again for this eye. So again, you just want to get right close to your lash line and then tape it up. So you like that? I'm going to pause the video, apply these, and I'll be right back. All right, I have my lashes applied now. I'm going to do my seal. So actually, I'm going to need a makeup wipe for this. I just kind of like to clean off my tweezers in between steps and in between the bond and the seal. All right, so I'm going to put on my seal as I normally would, just up like that. On each side. And then I'm going to take my tweezers, make sure it's dry, and then put the seal in between each side of my tweezer here, and just squeeze my lashes together. the other side the same way. All right. I'm going to take my fan now and let just dry those a little bit. All right, now that my lashes are done, we can move on to bigger and better, like makeup. I'm going to do something extremely simple today. I want to do another glowy look like I did, I think yesterday. So let me start off with my Ordinary serum. I try to make this kind of quick. Alright. Usually I have a wash rag in here to dry my hands on, but I don't know where it went. Alright, that's okay. Close that up. And dry my face just a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to put on my Oil Control Moisturizing Gel Cream. And I'm going to let that dry for just a moment as well. Today I'm going to use my L'Oreal Lumi Glotion, and this is in the shade 902 Light Glow. Alright. And it really does give a nice light glow, doesn't it? I love that stuff. Alright, let me dry that a little bit. I'm going to put on my Morphe bronzer stick, and it's in the shade Flicker. Blend that in. Okay. I'm going to use my, where is it? Actually, no. I'm going to go ahead and do my brows now. I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Mega Stay. And just a tip, if you think you're running out of this, start from the bottom and squeeze up, and I bet you'll get a lot more out of it, because I thought I was almost out, and then I was like, wait a second, because it didn't really feel like it. So when I did that, I got a ton more. now let me go ahead and do, where is it? Sorry. I have become absolutely obsessed with this e.l.f. Daily Dew Stick. It gives just the right amount of like glowiness if that's what you're wanting, without being like too extremely like, although not to say I don't like to look nice and highlighted, but look how pretty that is. Like when the light hits it in the corners of my eyes. I just love this stuff. Put it on my eyelids here. And then I just usually just kind of dab it in very lightly. And put some down my nose. And then on my cupid's bow as well. I just absolutely love this. I cannot even tell you enough. It's gorgeous. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and put on some faux freckles, which I think I'm going to need more of this soon for sure. Kind of dab it in after you put it on. All right, I'll do the other side a little bit. I found another one of these on the TikTok shop. I think I'm going to order, well, it's a stamp, a freckle stamp, but it's like a different brand, but I think I'm going to order that because it looked like a good one. Because this one's definitely running low, I can tell. All right, that should be good. Let's do some blush. This one I used yesterday as well. It's the Buttermilk blush and it's in the shade Butter Together. I love this one. If you just want a very nice light glow that day, I love this. All right. See that? That's so pretty. Absolutely love that. All right. Let's do some highlighter. And I kind of want to stick with a pretty glowy look, so I'm going to use this one. I know it's a little over the top, but I love this one. And go very lightly on. I'm going to do my lip. Love that. Okay, I said lightly, but I really didn't. That's pretty though. I love it. Absolutely love it. All right, let's do some setting spray. I'm going to go ahead and use my e.l.f. Dewy setting spray. And last but not least, lip gloss. And I'm going to use the Hard Candy lip gloss, and it's in the shade Dream Date. Love this stuff. It doesn't have that sticky feeling, but it gives such a nice gloss. And smells really good too. Alright, you guys, so here is the final look. Very simple. Thank you so much for watching as usual. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.